once you guys took the lead, what did you kind of want to see from there closing out the game?
I just wanted to see us play hard for as long as we could. And I thought everybody who got some minutes competed and tried. And that's all I was looking for. You know, those games are tough. You know what I mean? You got to keep competing. You got to play hard. You know Dartmouth's going to make a run. I know Coach. I know him well. I've watched some of these kids play, Alex especially, and some of the Northfield Mount Herman kids play. And you know they're not going to give up. You know they're going to keep competing. And I was trying to get our guys at halftime to understand that. Like, keep getting better. Keep getting better. Keep working on Penn State basketball. Take pride in Penn State basketball. And I thought for the most part they did.
Were you pleased with the response when it did come in the second half?
Yeah, I was, because the critical 4 minutes, right around the 8-minute mark, you know, I was trying some different lineups. I wanted to get Devin Foster some minutes just because he hasn't played, so kind of dust off the cobwebs a little bit and get him out there, get him a sweat. And I thought he really enjoyed it, and I think he's going to be fine. So I was pleased with how we finished.
Pat, where do you think you guys are heading into the Big Ten, and how comfortable do you feel about how this non-con prepared you?
I thought it was a great non-conference. I know many people might not think that, but I thought it was great. It gave us a variety of styles of play that are going to prepare us for the Big Ten. We played on the road. We played neutral sites. We played against really good big men. We played against really good guards. We played against really good individual players, and we played against really good coaches. So when you do that and you come out the way we did at 12-1, you know, we're in a good place. We can still get a lot better, though, which is really, really scary to me on how good we can really be when we're all dialed in and focused. And that's what we'll work on when we get back after this little Christmas break.
And you've been, obviously, heading into Big Ten seasons before. Could you compare this to the last couple of years where you guys maybe were at this point? I know last year you had lost a tough game, you came back and won one, but can you kind of compare?
You know what, I don't think that's fair to individual teams to compare. I mean, we were just a different team last year. We were still growing, still getting used to each other. Tim being back, there was still a lot of growing pains. This year you got more of a veteran team mixed in with some youth, and our leadership did a really good job of preparing us for this game today. Because these are the toughest games. You guys know that. Drexel's a city, you know, in-state rivalry game. This game before Christmas for both teams is very hard. Coming off exams, wanting to go home for Christmas. You got a lot of other things on your mind rather than playing Penn State basketball. So I was really encouraged how we finished these last two games to prepare us to go up against Wisconsin on New Year's Eve.
Kind of going off of that, is it important to play well these last few versus if you just played the schedule you did and those games did prepare you but you dropped them? You have to kind of prepare differently for the Big Ten, but does it mean anything more going in on a 10-game win streak versus?
Oh man, it's different. People are going to look at us different. People are going to treat us different. We're coming. We're growing, and I think people understand that. I mean, any setback, it wouldn't be devastating. You know, it would be, you know, you learn from failure. But fortunately, we had a very mature approach today. We were ready to play. We were ready to play basketball. And again, I give that credit to the veterans. They did a great job preparing yesterday and today on short rest, and they came out and competed really hard. So going in with a win streak like that, you know, we should have great confidence heading into the Big Ten.
You've gotten to the point here with this team that there's not a lot that we haven't seen them do in terms of a lot of these questions about what they're capable of have been answered. And at this point, the question is, how can they do in the Big Ten? And that has not always been the case in terms of seeing teams play as well as they can and getting better through the non-conference. Do you feel like it's different now because the question is, well, how do they do in the Big Ten rather than can we get this together before the Big Ten gets here?
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel, and it's definitely a different approach. Once you're, and I'm going to say this, once you're the hunter, now you're going to be the hunted, because everybody knows you had a very good non-conference. Everybody understands where you are, so it's exciting to be in this position for the first time in 4 years. And we look forward to the challenge, and again, we can get a lot better, which is a great thing.
Yeah, right off of that, where are some of the areas where you think you can get better?
You know, we can still do a better job defensively. We can still do a better job on the offensive glass. We can still do a better job protecting the basketball and taking care of the basketball. And I thought we shared the ball today, but you can always get better with spacing and little things like that. I think our approach needs to continue in this manner, but we need contributions from a lot of different guys, because the attention will go to DJ Newbill starting New Year's Eve, and it won't relent. It will be all over him, and life's going to be difficult for him. Guys got to step up. Brandon Taylor, Ross Travis, Jordan Dickerson, Donovan Jack, Geno Thorpe, Shep Garner, even Peyton. Peyton's been giving us good minutes. These guys have to step up and contribute and know that they're going to play quality minutes.
Is it kind of a luxury having the 4 guards that you have going in the Big Ten play that all seem to be able to contribute, at any time like today?
Yeah, our depth has really helped. It's a great thing. It's something I'm still trying to get used to. Knowing that you can go to your bench and your bench can raise you and lift you. I mean, we had 31 points from the bench today, which is probably the most we've had all season, I would think. Maybe not, but close. Yeah. So that's a positive. So we have some interchangeable parts, which is great.
Pat, along those lines, to win a game rather comfortably, not only to win it, but to get some of the guys who you don't get a chance to play a lot, what does that kind of mean to get them out on the floor?
No, my goal was to get Devin Foster in. He's earned the right over the last couple weeks. And you know what? It's nerves. He hasn't played since the beginning of the season. I think Fordham maybe. So I think for him to get out there, get a sweat, and get hit a little bit, go to the free throw line, just get in the mix. I think he's going to be a guy that I can rely on. That's why I wanted to get him in there earlier, and I did. I got him in there early in the second half, which was great, and he needed that.
Coach, Shep only had 3 shots that are all from three-point range. He only had 2 assists. What do you think about the way he played tonight, though?
I thought he's a selfless kid. Really selfless. Just wanted to win. And that's his approach. Like I said, I've been saying it, he's a winner. He does whatever the team needs. No complaining about minutes, shots, nothing. He has a great understanding of who he is and what the team needs. That's pretty special for a freshman. I'm sure he would have liked more minutes. I'm sure he would have liked more shots. But he totally got what we were trying to do today, especially when we went up. And he was fine.
I have a pretty good idea how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask it anyway, just for practice. You're going to approach these a game at a time, obviously. But when you have a start like this, and you have to know on some level that the schedule at least opens itself to maybe a couple wins in the beginning of Big Ten play, do you approach starting this conference play out any differently than maybe you did last year, or is it just, as James Franklin says, Wisconsin?
Yeah, Wisconsin. It's a good question, though, because last year we started out very poorly, and then we went 6-6. Obviously, we need a better start. We just got to take it one game at a time. I always take that from the Big East when it was so brutal when I was at my Villanova days. You got to take it one game at a time. If you start looking ahead or you start worrying about losses and wins and just all the craziness that you might think about over January and February, you know what? You're wasting your time. Just focus on the game that's ahead of you. Focus on Wisconsin. Do the best we can to prepare for Wisconsin. That's the first game on our schedule. It's a new season now. It's nice to be 12-1. That's great. New season, 0-0. Our focus is on Wisconsin. We're going to relax for a little bit. I'm going to enjoy Christmas for a couple days first. Then we'll get ready for Wisconsin.
Are there any areas, good or bad, that you might just not have known before the season what you were going to be, and that you're pleased with or disappointed with at this point?
I thought we'd be a better three-point shooting team. I thought we'd average around 8. That would be the only thing. I think we're just below that, which is okay. But I thought our 5s over the last 3 weeks have really contributed. And they've won us some games. Jordan Dickerson, Donovan Jack, Julian Moore, Brandon Taylor, Ross. Our front line has won us some games with their extra effort plays, making winning culture plays, we call them, attitude plays. I was glad I saw that, and I trusted it, and that was my vision. I talked about it all preseason. And it kind of started out slow. You guys are like, what is this guy talking about? And then it came to fruition. I think those guys have been really, really good in helping this team get to 12 wins.